So did you get into it because of your mom, or were you into it before?
So I actually, first time I did CrossFit was...
Oh, I'm licking the salt. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I do that all the time.
Oh my God.
The first time I did CrossFit was actually at BC CrossFit, Mike Ford and Christine. So my mom used to coach there.
Oh, really?
And Laura did. Yeah, they moved out of there like in 2010. It was when they were 2009, 2010, around then. And so I was still in high school. But first time I did it, I hated it.
It's like
it was pull-ups,
that.
box jumps, running, and I think that was it. And I was dying. It was just awful. I weighed like 140 pounds as like a measly freshman in high school. I was like, I'm never doing this again. And then in high school, I played a bunch of sports year-round, so I was always busy. And that's the way I stayed fit. Was I was like, no, Mom, I'm doing other stuff. I'm too busy to be doing CrossFit. And then when I graduated high school, I was only playing soccer, rec soccer in the fall.
Yeah.
And I was like, my mom's like, you got to be doing something. Otherwise, you're just going to blow up. And I'm like, all right.
Jeez, Mom.
Well, I mean, I have always been like, my mom's always been, every time I'm on the soccer field and I get injured, he's fine. He'll get up. I got up. Or like, every time after a game, it was like, you did good, but you could have done this, and this a little bit better. There's this open pass that you missed, and this, and then I always took it as feedback. And so then it started fueling me to play better, right? And the same thing with CrossFit. She's like, hey, you're gonna blow up if you don't do something.
Yeah.
Come to CrossFit, and we'll see how it goes. I'm like, all right, fine. Like I've done it twice before. Like I hated it, but then I started going. I went to the first workout I did at. Not the first workout I did, the first workout I did after I graduated was Helen. So it was 40-meter run.
We just said that.
Kettlebell swings and pull-ups, right? Pull-ups and kettlebell swings. Yeah.
Kettlebell swings and pull-ups.
Yeah, kettlebell swings and pull-ups, yeah. And so I loved it. It was a running workout. I was a soccer player. Kettlebell swings were fine. Like, it's not too bad. Pull-ups, I mean, like, iffy, but it wasn't too many pull-ups, right?
Yeah. Right.
And so I was like, awesome. And then I came in the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. And then like 2 weeks later, I started coming in twice a day. And doing the same workout. I had no idea programming-wise.
You're literally doing Helen every day. I love Helen. I'm going to do it again. Let's go again.
Out of the day, twice a day. I'd go at 8:30 in the morning, and then I'd wait until like 4:30, 5:30, go in there and see if someone beat my time. Then I'd try to go
do it again,
right? And then I got back into it because it was just a sport. Like I just was like, it was competitive, and I've always been a super competitive person, and people. And then I actually tore my shoulder. Not doing CrossFit, playing soccer of all things.
Really?
I got tripped up, went down on my hands and knees. Some dude fell on me and it dislocated my shoulder.
Oh man.
I was at the time I was going. I'd been a first aid, like a CPR certified all through middle school, ever since middle school, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can put it back into place. And the campus security
I've seen
was
a
like,
bunch of movies.
yeah. Well, campus security was like, no, we can't let you do it. I was like, it'll be fun. Just put a water bottle in there, get some leverage, and pop it back in. And they're just like looking at me like, how do you? I'm
What
like, I've
is
been
wrong
CPR
with
certified
you?
since middle school.
It'll
I'm
work
fine.
out, I promise.
I know how to do this. Well, they wouldn't let me do it. It was 4 hours later that I ended up being able to put it back into place. The doctors did, which tore my shoulder. Was when they put it back into place. And so I spent 4 months doing this at the gym.
Yeah.
And watching. And then I started thinking about like, all right, what's the stimulus of this workout? And that's when I started getting into exercise science, and then I started going to school for exercise science. With my small arm and a cast, I started staying at the gym for 3 or 4 hours and just watching people work out. I'm like, all right, well, this person's pacing this person's gonna die after this. And that's when all of a sudden it just started clicking. I started picking things up, and I'm like, if I were to do this workout, this is how I would do this is how I would do that. These guys were like double my age are kicking my butt during these workouts, and I'm like getting head of them in the first 2 rounds. And afterwards I'm like looking around like, he's already finished? How
does it happen?
Why am I dying? It was pacing.
It's wisdom.
It all is. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. And I'm like looking at stuff,
It's the pacing.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm watching these guys work out, and I'm like, he's staying the same pace the entire time. He's not going hot out, and there's these younger guys who are going hot out of the gate, and it's like, I'm like, okay, so I started picking it up, and then I started getting an active programming. So like 2 years later, or like a year later after I tore my shoulder, well actually the doctor, I'll tell you this, the doctor told me I wasn't going to be able to play soccer for a year, and he told me I wasn't going to be able to lift for a year and a half. Anything up
I love doctors.
And I was like,
Doctors
like,
are the dumbest smart people
well,
in the world.
I go, bet. I will take that bet, and I will beat you by months. I started playing soccer 4 months later.
Yeah.
I started lifting 6 months later. I got a snatch PR 6 months after I got surgery.
Wow.
Because of doing PT, because my PT
I was gonna say,
like,
disclaimer, he did PT.
Yeah, I did PT 3 hours a day. I would do it at home or at the gym. My mom would be like, have you done any PT today? I'm like, no, she doesn't get in the gym and do it.
Shut up, Mom.
Oh, I know
Well, that's the thing is, like, I hate doing PT because my dad had the same surgery and he would be doing PT like every now and then, once or twice a week. Mom's like, you need to come in, you need to come in, you need to come in. So I'll give credit to my mom. She saved my shoulder, got me better. Like,
Your mom's at home like,
PT
yeah,
all the
she's like,
time.
Yes, I know, I did.
A ton, and then
Ooh, that was a good one.
Loud
Oh,
noises.
yeah!
Let's go.
4th of July!
and then I started like programming for myself and a few other people at the gym, and I started getting into that kind of stuff. And I mean, I look back at it now, and I archived it all on a Google Doc, so
Oh,
I
wow.
have over 50 pages of workouts that me and my buddies did, right? And then I have another journal from 2017 that has everything from there too. And
Don't use that. That's special.
So you should put that in a freaking notebook.
Yeah.
Like something in.
some of the stuff I did back then was so dumb.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
some of the
when we
things that did last
first
time were
opened,
dumb.
when we first opened, I don't know how anybody ever came back.
Yeah.
I have no idea. How are you guys coming still?
Yeah.
Like now that I'm looking back now, what the F? But like, yeah, wow.
We just programmed.
We just wanted to have fun and stuff we like to do,
let's
and this
flip
is gonna
tires
kill them.
77 times.
Anything that's
Yeah.
gonna kill them, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome. And then everyone still came.
I'll
I'm
tell
like,
you what the
wow,
first
it's
workout was.
crazy.
It was 4 rounds with a 12-minute time cap. And it was
How many rounds?
4 rounds, 12-minute time cap.
3 minutes a round.
It was 12, 9, 6. 12 pull-ups, 9 chest bars, 6 bar muscle-ups, 200-meter run afterwards. 4 rounds, 12 minutes. I'm like, oh, it'll take. I did 1 round. I was like, oh, it'll take me like 3 minutes. This will be fine.
Perfect.
I'm like, I'll go unbroken on all the bar stuff. And I'm like, I get done with the 12 pull-ups. I'm like, I have to do chest bar.
How's this gonna happen?
And me and my buddy Ryan are looking at each other and we're like, this is dumb. But no. And then like the next day, it was more pull-ups. And I'm like, looking at this, I'm like, how did I ever do this? Like the whole program part of it, like the workouts were awful, first of all. But then like the actual like programming thing
Right,
where it's like,
when you look
all
at
right,
it, yeah.
what's the day's stuff? And like, how does this go along with this stuff and all this? And I'm like, what am I doing?
I did this wrong. Yeah.
Like, and now I'm like, even now, there's some stuff. Like, obviously, it's a learning.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing this with
all the
everything.
time.
Like if you
yeah.
watch your like a clean or anything that you did before, it's like, oh my gosh, I did
Yeah,
this.
it's a
doing?
learning process.
Yeah.
It's like you said,
It's
it
like
doing.
never gets easier. You just get
better.
stronger.
You just get stronger, yeah.
And then it gets harder again.
Exactly.
And then you get a little stronger, and it gets even harder.
One of my favorite things that I've quoted, and I've told Jess this plenty of times, is don't practice until you get it right. It's like, don't practice until you get it
Oh,
right.
dang,
Because
that
once
was
you get it right, people are like, oh, like, I got it.
Yep, done.
It's don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Until it's so subconscious that you just can't screw up, like double unders. Once people get one double, they're like, oh, I got the
There you
double.
go.
And that's the thing. I mean, that got me through to be able to do snatches and cleans and all that stuff. And I mean, you can have all the strength in the world if you don't have the technique.
No.
You're just gonna plateau at one,
Oh,
and you're just
exactly.
gonna hurt yourself.
Exactly. That's
Right?
exactly what's
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
When we did your competition last year, the was it clean front squat one?
Yeah.
Oh, people remember
Complex.
that when you.
I got 275, and everyone was like, "What? How? I don't look like I can do it, but I've done so much technique with my mom." I keep on giving credit to my mom. She doesn't get all the credit. I put in the work. No, but she would literally stand there with a PVC pipe and force me to do a hang squat clean and not hit the PVC pipe.
Oh yeah.
And every time I would hit it, I'd have to do a burpee, like 10 burpees. And so
She's like Mr. Miyagi.
yeah. She's like, I would do it 10 or 12 times, and I'd hit the bar, and she goes, stop hitting the bar. Stop hitting the bar. She goes, burpees. I'm like, I'm only doing burpees
I'm done.
again.
I'm done with
And
this.
she looks at me, she goes,
She's savage.
then don't hit the freaking bar.
It's
And I'm
easy.
like-
It's
like,
literally easy. Okay.
All right, fair.
But I credit, like, and I don't have the best form by any means. That's not what I'm saying. But I credit my ability to when we very first opened, we were in like the teeny tiniest little closet space. And so one place for us to lift, like me out of the way of everybody else, is literally in a doorway.
Oh.
So like I'm in a doorway.
Oh yeah.
Like just a door, like
Yeah.
3 feet, standing perpendicular to it. So like the
You
door
have to
jam
keep
is
it nice
like
and
here.
close.
So you gotta keep it close.
Yeah.
You have to.
Or else you'd hit the door. I mean, that's a really far travel, but still,
Yeah.
like you're so confined in being in
That's
that
a
little
good
box.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But it wasn't because that's what I wanted to do.
But it
That was
helps.
what I had to do.
Yeah.
But then I took that even a little further, and I would do it when I would lift on my own and work on form. I would stand. I'd set my barbell right up against the rig,
Yeah.
and so when you pull, I mean, if you hit it, it's boom hitting the rig, and
Yeah.
there's no room for air.
I have done multiple times. I'll go and stand right in front of. I'll stand in front of their face.
Yeah.
Don't hit me.
Don't
Go.
hit me.
Well,
Go.
then don't stand there.
And they're like, oh my gosh, you're really making me scared. And I'm like, no, you're not going to hit me. I know you can do this.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then they never hit me.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
never, not
It's a
once.
mental thing.
And nor have they like totally like moved back or anything. Like,
Yeah.
I know you can do this. Let's go.
Sometimes when I get tired, I tell myself things to keep going or push harder. Like, okay, Jesse, you're in Team Mayhem. Rich Froning's waiting right there for you to finish your handstand walks. You go, girl. Or you have to pick this up to save someone's life. Do it. Or when I get really tired, just think of all the boys you dated before that were complete assholes.
That's right.
Use that energy.
I know when I am kind of feeling like, okay, I can't do this, or like, you know, I'm going to just walk, or I'm going to slow down. Oh, Randy.
The child.
Or anything like that. Like, I always remember like some of our athletes that really struggle on something, like whether they can't run a 400 or anything like that, or they just had done that workout and they literally just put everything that they had into it. And I always remember of them, okay, they did this, I can do this.
Yeah.
They did this. Those are the people that always, that I look into like, yep, I can do this. They did this, I can do this.
That was a big one.
That was a big one. And they can do it. Those are the people that kind of keep me going, you know, when I am like, oh, I can't do this, I'm so tired, I don't want to do it anymore, or whatever. Those are the people that kind of make me work harder.
I know what I think in my head. I think that it doesn't matter. That nothing we're doing matters. And so really, who cares?
Oh,
That's what I
That
Well,
would
then.
work for me.
that's a little,
But if I really need something, I'll just think that someone else out there has it way worse than me. And that I'm complaining to myself about something that other people don't have. Or don't have the ability to do.
right?
Yeah.
I think about that guy a lot. That remember the Spartan race guy, that ex-military who had his legs blown off.
Oh, yeah.
I was in a race with him.
Me too.
That was insane.
Yeah, me too. I think of him a lot, actually. Honestly,
Oh
I
my
can't
gosh.
remember his name.
It was a 13-mile. He did it. I'm sure he did way more than just that too.
And I'm like, no matter how bad you feel, one, you've chosen to do it to yourself,
Yeah.
so suck it up. And two, there's people out there that wish they could feel as bad as you do right now, you know? So really, again, just suck it up. Nobody
It's
cares.
just amazing that he did all that with his arms.
Yep. Yeah, that's so cool.
There's,
You haven't even taken a bite.
I have, I'm like almost halfway.
Yeah.
I'm done.
We were
with my
talking.
time.
I know.
I'm a
am
really
too.
quick eater, so you can open up the coffee shop inside 346.
No, I want
We've been
to.
wanting to.
That'd be super
That'd be
cool.
awesome.
Just to have like a little coffee bar.
Because I actually talked to her. We were talking about it today, and I was like, maybe we can open up a coffee shop inside of our gym at some point.
We totally could.
Yeah.
You're in a great spot for it.
Yeah.
We are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be awesome.
It would. It'd be more just for the athlete.
Yeah.
But you guys are in a great spot for that.
There's one thing that I'm really happy about with CrossFit going into Indonesia is that there's the idea that skinny is beautiful. And
I think that's, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, I was told that, you know, I was always too big until I developed, it's gonna get sad, like an eating disorder. Because people kept saying, like, oh, you would look prettier if you lost weight. But the fact that CrossFit is now there and you see women doing heavy weight and doing pull-ups and seeing that as more as beauty, that excites me like a ton.
Yeah, that's awesome because that's the part that, like she was talking about, like what really helped her is it's not about being a size, right? Not about fitting into something, not about
Or looking this certain image that you've been taught for your entire life, at least for women, and I'm sure for guys, and on a different, you know, different side of that, but that you should look this certain way, and if you don't look this certain way, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And so that is one thing that totally changed my mind with CrossFit, because it's not like that at all. It's not about that at all. And so
It's more about like hard work. Like when you can do all those things, it's hard work. I do still get some people who say like, aren't you worried that your arms are too big?
Oh, yeah.
Or it's like, or they say it's cool that you lift heavy weight, but you still look feminine. I'm sure you wouldn't want it to get any bigger than you are right now. It's just
well, they just don't understand, right?
they don't understand
They don't
yet
get it.
because they're
Yeah.
still in that
yeah.
frame of mind.